Hello.
Is that, are we live?
Yeah. Well, we're not live.
Holy shit.
We're not on the internet. We're I don't know.
Or
Hello.
offline?
Off to a
We
great
could do
start.
a we
Hello.
could do a
Welcome
special
to
live stream at one point.
with your cat.
I'll just film
Ooh.
my cat. I'll just film my cat the whole time. Yeah.
Ooh. My cat's gone to bed, but I would show it otherwise.
Damn. Coward. Welcome
You know,
to what is
it's
this? Where are we?
Prison Moon.
We're
Around
back.
on the moon.
It's been a minute. I know we say that every time, but
But this time it's
this,
really been
this,
a minute. This time it
this
has
has been
been
the longest
In
minute.
5
2 minutes.
months.
5 months is the longest minute
gap.
we've had so far, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
Correct.
fact, this is essentially Prison Moon 2.0. We're
Yeah.
doing it finally.
Yeah.
It's the reboot.
The reboot. I'm gonna be uploading these finally.
This
I
will.
feel,
So this.
I feel like we should have done Slint as the reboot.
Ah.
That would. All right,
Damn,
canceled.
wait.
The show's off. Damn. Now when are we gonna
could
do
next week?
When we hit Prison Moon 3.0, we'll do something.
it? Inevitably, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't the plan like 100th episode or something?
Yeah. How far do we get?
I don't fucking know. 50 are uploaded.
Probably another 50 on your hard drive.
I think like 25.
There are at least
maybe.
20 on my hard drive.
I think 50 uploaded, 25 on Nathan's computer.
We could.
Sounds accurate.
We'll get to. I don't know, 20, 25 episodes of this, and then we'll do it or something. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were about to say 2025.
That too.
Let's get to 2025.
Ooh.
We will not make it to 2025.
Yeah, we have 50 episodes exactly.
Okay.
Last one
Currently.
was Run the Jewels 3, right? That's uploaded?
Pinkerton. No, wait.
Right. Right.
No, wait.
What a
wait, I'm looking
finale.
in order.
Oh man.
Well, last one uploaded was Pinkerton, which is 50, but Cavalcade was uploaded before it, which is 51.
Right, I uploaded them simultaneously, and they didn't go in the right order.
Did they alphabetize maybe?
I think they might have.
Does that make sense?
No.
Yes. No.
No.
Because it would come before 51. Never mind.
So what are we shall we do some, I guess, housekeeping of what the deal is with new Prison Moon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
going forward.
New Prison Moon. Today we're going to be doing our old format, basically. We talk about one album altogether. This is going to be what we do every 2 weeks. We're still going to be using, for the most part at least, the randomizer with a long list of albums and whatnot. And then every other week, we're going to be doing something quite different where all three of us bring in our own records, kind of show and tell style, and just kind of talk about them. And yeah, we're not going to be playing any of the music because I don't want to get killed.
Did we decide on a name for that segment?
Not yet. We'll figure it out. Don't worry
I
about it.
don't think
think
so.
we were.
I think it might just be show and tell. I think that might.
I think it was some kind of like peeing pun. I don't remember. But like stream of piss on the moon.
Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's go for that.
Yeah. Go
Oh,
ahead,
I
go ahead.
guess since the other videos are going to be unlisted, this is technically episode 1 on our channel. Dude, names.
It could be 2.1.
Names. Who are you?
I'm Wyatt.
Why?
I'm a host of this podcast for reasons unknown.
What else do you do?
I'm a moderator for Jacob Geller's Discord community. I am a full-time student.
Damn,
and
that
a
sucks,
game-
bro.
And a game developer.
Damn, that
Starting to
sucks,
feel
bro.
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you listen to?
Oh, what do I listen to?
Oh,
Uh,
other
I-
housekeeping. Sorry, real quick. It's not just going to be music.
Oh, yeah.
It's still going to be largely music, but it's not just going to be music. Sometimes we'll throw a movie or a game in there. Anyways,
Yeah.
what do you listen to? What do you
Movie,
play?
game,
What do you?
or a novel? I don't know.
A novel could be fun.
Yeah,
Could
we
be
can
fun.
do a book club.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Prison Moon book club. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do
Okay.
that. All right. What
Uh,
are your media proclivities? Oh, Peter's gone. Peter's back.
Oh, no, no, I'm
oh,
here. I'm here. We're good.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in terms of music, I'm a big fan of like pop music, synth music, rock, hip hop. I will like just about anything, but those are the things I tend to fall back to for like my comfort food. Um, Movies, I also mostly like everything. Big Star Wars guy, I guess. Um, Video games, play play
Yeah, you
everything.
are. Yeah, you are a big Star
I
Wars guy.
I'm a big Star Wars guy. It's a good time.
Yeah, I kind of forgot we used to do like Star Wars talk as the
Yeah,
pre-show half the
yeah,
time.
Every
yeah.
Maybe
other
we should bring back the
episode.
pre-show.
Well, there's a lot of news back then. It's kind of slowed
Hmm.
down now.
Isn't Book of Boba Fett out?
Yeah, but
Don't talk. No, 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 no. Don't get why it started on Book of Boba Fett. All right, Peter, go ahead. Talk.
Yeah, yeah. Peter, full-time student as of like 2 weeks ago. Um, and yeah, a lot of music, a lot of movies. What kind of stuff? Animal Collective, we might talk about once or twice on this podcast. Um, well, it's, Death Grips, Radiohead, like Fantano core shit, I guess. Um, we'll figure it out as we go along. A lot of stuff in common with Nathan, even though Nathan likes Weezer
oh, I'm so
for
sorry.
some reason.
It's okay. Wyatt
Um,
also likes Weezer. He forgot to mention that part.
Yeah.
yeah, big Nintendo stan.
Oh,
I've
That's
got the Toad
unfortunate
Wizard.
these days.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
condolences.
Switch, GameCube. Um,
My
I'm still
PS4.
lamenting the rising GameCube prices. Yep, Nathan's PS4. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it.
All right. I've been mentioned already. I'm Nathan. I'm the reason these fuckheads are in this chat right now, for better or
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Um,
Nathan's the glue and we're
Our tormentor.
paper. Um,
I'm the sleep paralysis demon for both of you
Yeah.
simultaneously.
yes.
Yeah.
God, I listen to an obscene amount of music. I hit 100 albums listened
It's
to in 2022 already, like yesterday.
It's
wait,
really not
100
an
albums from
exaggeration.
2022?
Hmm.
100 albums from this year?
Not from this year. That's total. I think I've listened to 40 from this year though.
Still
Something like that.
impressive. There's been fewer than 40 days in the year, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, literally everything. I found a new 10 today from an artist called Dalek, or a group called Dalek. The hardcore industrial hip hop. It slaps.
Exterminate.
Movie, yeah. Movie wise, I wish I was more into movies. I like pretty much everything that everything that people say is good that I watch, I enjoy. Um,
I'm gonna
for
give you like
better
a
or
really
worse.
shitty movie and just pretend
And
like it's good.
tell me it's
And then
good.
I'll see if you like it, yeah.
um, and video games, I beat like 50 video games. I've been going through on stream every single Mario game.
Oh
I
God.
only have 3 left. I'm almost there.
You're also the one who's not a full-time student or working right now.
It's true. Well, the time that I
Yeah.
haven't been working is the time that I've not been playing Mario for some reason.
Okay,
Fast.
okay, fair.
Mario is only ever an escape.
Yeah. I don't need
Wait,
Mario right now.
which Mario do you say? Odyssey?
I have 3 left. I have 3D World, Odyssey, and Bowser's Fury.
Oh shit, okay.
And then I'm done. Anyways, that's enough of that. What are we talking about today?
It's a great question.
Today is Pet Sounds, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully
we're
I didn't
gonna be
fuck up
talking
the album,
about.
yes.
Hmm? Yeah, you listen to the
Hopefully
right
I
album.
didn't listen to the wrong album. Okay.
No, we're talking about Surf's Up.
The film?
Yeah, I wish.
The film.
No, we're actually talking about Surf's Up 2, which is the the superior sequel.
Okay.
We're talking about
Controversial opinion.
we are talking about the classic from, I should have checked what year this was before I said this. Is it 1967? Am I 1966? 1966 classic by the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds.
You canceled, Nathan. You got the year wrong.
Oh.
How how could?
I know. So what are we thinking about Pet Sounds? We don't have to go in the old Wyatt Peter order, but if you want to, go for it. Who
We
has
should go.
thoughts?
We should go left to right from my screen, which is
I don't know what that
Which
means.
no,
it's me last and Peter second.
I'm not going
I'll take
first.
as long as I'm second, I'll go.
Okay.
All right, Wyatt's going first.
I've been a middle child my whole life, so
I'm
I'll
oldest. I
take
have to.
it.
Am I going first?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah. This album's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I have never listened to it before, but I am familiar with like some of the singles off of it, of course. And yeah, just like what a severe collection of jams.
That's a nice
That's
sentence. I
one way
like
to
that.
describe it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Severe collection of jams.
yeah. What a horrifying eldritch collection. A menagerie of fantastic music.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, we should not have given you words.
Wait, did I get like a thesaurus for Christmas?
Yeah.
Damn.
It
Okay.
was a birthday present, but that was only 3 days later.
Wait. Why? Do you have notes on this one?
Mental notes.
Mental notes. Okay, perfect.
I have notes on like a little
what I
bit,
brought,
but most of it is mental notes for me as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Peter, what about you? What are your Pet Sounds thoughts?
Timeless classic. It's kind of like the Beach Boys album. If you haven't heard Beach Boys, this is the first one you go to.
What
Widely
you mean you
considered their
don't
best.
go listen to Surfin' USA?
Mm, maybe like some of the singles off Surfing USA.
Namely the title track, and that's it.
Name the Surfing USA. Wait, is Barbara Ann on that one?
I don't know.
That was a pretty big song. Yeah, Pet sounds really good. Um, I mean, it's like consistently in top charts of all time for a reason. Um, you get this kind of like 60s sunshine pop stuff, but there's like yeah, they make it like progressive. They put in a lot of like emotional turmoil. There's a lot of um they call it a lot of like sadness and like longing in it too. I feel like that's kind of what like the really great Beach Boy songs do is they have that like yeah, California surfy vibe, but then you also have a lot of like talking about depression and like growing up and moving out and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pet Sounds excels at that.
Pet Sounds pretty good. It is. Oh, it's not what's on my turntable anymore, but it was on my turntable about an hour ago.
I think it's still on mine, yeah.
It's real good. It's a classic. It's one of the kind of quintessential early pop albums, I think. Like, it does a whole lot in terms of I'll get into this as we go on a little more, but it does a lot of great work kind of fusing kind of more technically like distinct kind of baroque influences into just like pop hooks.
Yes.
Like it's very clearly like classically inspired, but it still sounds or like it still sounds very classically inspired, but it has a very like there's hooks on all of these tracks. Like I right like they're still catchy. I can still sing along to most of the words on the entire record. Like
Yeah, like they're still pop songs at the end of the day.
exactly, yeah. So yeah, let's talk first, I guess, about like the vocals and the lyrics, kind of at the same time. What are your thoughts on the vocals and the lyrics?
Uh, yeah, yeah. It's So how many vocalists do we have? I think I saw two when I was listening to the lyrics,
There
or like had them pulled up.
There's
is
at least three, I think.
At least three.
With those harmonies, there has
there's
to be.
Brian Wilson for sure. Brian Wilson is kind of the main was the front man kind of the Beach Boys at this time, or at least on this project. Um,
Yeah.
there's also Mike
On all their
Love.
best projects.
Hmm?
Front man for all their best
Yeah,
projects.
all of their good ones. Even I would go so far as to say all of their good ones. um,
Yeah.
I mean, Kokomo's still a bop, but
it's a good song.
it's a good song. It's not from a good album, no.
But yeah, so Brian Wilson is kind of the the front and center for most of this, but there's also Mike Love and Carl Wilson.
Okay. Um. Oh, I thought I froze for a second. Sorry. Um. Yeah. That's surprising that it's as many as three, because I honestly I was thinking it was two all this time, and even then was struggling to actually come to terms with that because they all really match the style of each other so well that I hardly perceive when
Yeah.
there's a switch, you know? And I think that's it's really fascinating that you would, have three vocalists and not want to be distinguished among each other. And maybe there is some kind of distinguishment that I missed, like maybe one artist is more heavy on the more soulful tracks, and one is more heavy on like the really poppy stuff. But um, yeah,
They're
I
usually singing like in unison.
Mm.
yeah, I when I was
Yeah.
reading like the lyric sheets, it was often like one person on front, one person backup vocals, but
A
like
lot of the
the
time,
backup vocals.
it's almost like kind of barbershop quartet esque.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like yeah, doo-woppy almost, like
yeah,
yeah. Which I like that. That's a era of music that I find really enjoyable, and yeah, I love the uh, the vocal performances going on here. It's really good stuff. Um, very dreamy at times the way a lot of the um, lines are delivered. Um, just yeah, it we think of like the 50s as little like a bit more like bubblegummy, where like oh it's it's like Beach Boys, like it's just very like poppy and like chill, everyone's having a good time, there's no racism at all, it doesn't exist. um and
The cover on that in Surf's Up.
okay.
Yep.
oh yeah,
uh,
they do.
The,
the
there's
film
a whole
Surfs
song
Up.
about like riots and demonstrations and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, so you think of that uh when you're listening to this, and it just despite that like vibe that is kind of culturally portrayed in the 50s, this feels a little more like I a little dazed on something when I'm listening to this. You don't often see drug use portrayed in like 50s media so much.
You're a
But I
decade
do.
off.
This is 60s
60s,
Wyatt.
60s, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even then, I think when I see 60s media, I think I'm
Well, 60s is like the psychedelic era, though.
okay. Well, then maybe what I'm saying is not like a subtle aspect of this, and is like it's very intention. um, yeah,
But even still, like if you're gonna be as big as like the Beach Boys or even like the Beatles, like it took until the late 60s until they were allowed to be explicit about it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you kind of had to sneak it into the music
hmm
and like be subtle about it.
yeah, and that's probably what made this kind of stuff so popular with like the young crowd, I guess, is that they understood that subliminal messaging more than their parents.
Is there a specific lyric you're referring to?
No, I think there are specific tracks that I'm referring to,
Okay,
but
okay.
my mental notepad is not holding up as to which ones those
The,
are.
the,
But
there's one line on it's called Sloop John B.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
the
and
worst trip I've
yeah,
ever
sometimes
been
I'm
on.
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is that just a coincidence or did they actually do that? Like, is it a literal trip or is it like what why it's referring to kind of trip
I
Both.
think that's up to the listener.
to the listener?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
Mm.
never mind, I don't know what I was gonna say.
What about Peter's
Yeah, what
thoughts?
about Peter's thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we already touch upon? The barbershop quartet shit. There's definitely a lot of that in the vocals. Yeah, the way they do harmonies. Um, I think it does give it that kind of dreamlike quality because you have these the three or four voices,
At least three.
at least three. Yeah, that are like all kind of giving you the same vibes from different directions, and it has this kind of like echo chamber, like um, I was about to say surround sound, but I think this is a mono recording.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I
trust
listened
me.
to a stereo version of this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
you listen to the
just
stereo version?
Out of curiosity, not like as the only one you listen to?
no, as the one that was like the original track list on Spotify, because the other one
I
had
think
like
on
both
Spotify,
versions on there, and I just
yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
like listen
both.
through the album like consistently on repeat.
Did you just play the stereo one?
Uh, I think I
Oh,
got like through the mono one as well. But when I was
okay,
doing re-listens, it was typically the stereo one just for convenience.
okay.
How's the stereo? I haven't listened to the stereo one. How, like,
It's fine, I guess. I
okay,
don't know.
it's not like Beatles where it's like the vocals are right here and the drums are only right here.
No,
Is it
oh no.
listenable? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it was fine as far
Okay,
as I
okay.
could tell.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
that's
that
like
sounds
one of my
horrible. The Beatles version.
Oh, the Beatles are garbage on
that's like one of my
Spotify.
that's like one of my middle school nightmares was that I had earbuds that one of them stopped working, and listening to the Beatles was impossible because you would hear like half the instruments
Yeah.
just with one earbud. Anyways, back to Beach Boys. Um, yeah, voices work really well together, and the lyrics, you get this really this sense of like aspiration and like wanting something more. Um, a lot of like homesickness, love sickness. Um, but then with these really catchy tunes, you get like the nice balance of um, yeah, the like rose tinted glasses, sunshine pop veneer, and then the actual message, which is like um, yeah, like I moved away from home and like life sucks now, or I'm on this boat and we're throwing up, or um,
Or I'm a boomer, I guess.
yeah, yeah, he has that. I'm talking about. I just wasn't
Yeah.
for these lines. Yeah, which is just like Brian Wilson, born in the wrong
Yeah,
generation.
exactly. Just like you know what?
I
We've all been
guess
there. We've all
go
had
off,
that
go off.
phase.
Yeah. Um, but no, yeah, it doesn't. It really wouldn't work without the vocals. Like this is a highlight of Beach Boys is the way that they do vocal play
Hmm.
and like um, yeah, harmonize and weave these kind of pretty pop soundscapes.
Right.
Yeah, I yeah, no, they're definitely like a like a really they're the highlight. I think it's yeah, like ridiculous just how good the harmonies are. That's like the Beach Boys staple, of course, like beyond this record, but they're all like really harmonically complex but also like very linear and repetitious, so you can get like that grasp on the hook every time. Like it's not like they're complex but in a way that's only like complex if you're really listening for it. Like if you're just kind of casually listening, you can just do that, like, and you can still
Got
just follow it.
layers.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
Yeah.
there's more to dig into. And like lyrically, yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like it's, a lot of the stuff on the lyrics is kind of like a little immature and a little childish, but I think that's like the vibe, right? Like the very like almost
I
childlike
mean,
wonder of
yeah,
Sloop
like,
John
very much
B.
is young people's music
Yeah, it's
of
pop
the
music.
time. Yeah, yeah.
It's very like the I'm waiting for the day is a little I'm a little like that if that came out like today, I'd be a little like something about just like the way it's presented in the record though, like it's not even necessarily presenting him as correct, because it's also showing him throughout the rest of the record as like kind of a little bit of an immature asshole teenager, like so it kind of like it's easier to swallow a lot of the stuff that would otherwise be, even just like his boomer moment of I wasn't made for these times, like yeah, I really love the lyrics on here as like a full package, I think. Just kind of this like blissful ignorance almost. There's not like it's like I think the thing that is interesting is like there isn't really nuance in any of the stories on any of the tracks. Like it's very like singular perspective, like laser focused in on this is what I think right now. And I think that's like kind of what teenagers music has to be, right? Like yeah, I think it's real great. It's like a series of kind of little personal moments. Yeah. How about the kind of instrumentals, like composition, all that stuff, the stuff that isn't the vocals? Yeah.
Do we got a tambourine on some of the tracks?
Yeah, we
Sound
get a
right?
tambourine in some of the tracks.
Yo, I fuck with the tambourine. Tambourine's always a good time.
There are
Shout out to the.
73 credits on this record.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Can we go through those?
That's a lot of instrumental credits. Wow.
Any names I would recognize?
Uh, Brian Wilson.
Yep, heard of him. Yeah.
um, I'm not seeing anything else. This looks like kind of orchestra type people that are not actually known outside of their orchestra or whatever.
Yeah. Nathan, you mentioned a bit earlier the like Baroque influence,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, like this is listed as Baroque pop on Rate Your Music. Um, yeah, and I really like how a couple other bands did this in the '60s too, but like they're bringing that like Baroque kind of like harpsichord flair.
Mm-hmm.
Is there harpsichord on this?
Yeah.
There is, yeah. Um, yeah, and that's just like really an aesthetic that I like that people don't really bring back nowadays.
Yeah. Well, you got any more thoughts beside fucking with the trampoline?
I like
Tambourine.
the trampoline as well. It's a good time.
It's a good Caro Caro Bonito song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, they sampled the trampoline on this?
Now you have to do that for your next album, Nathan.
Oh
I
yeah,
have a
a lot of these
trampoline.
make sense. Hammond organ, saxophone, ukulele,
Yeah,
double bass, bongos.
trampoline.
Oh, there's definitely bongos.
Man.
Oh, I thought that was one instrument, the double bass bongos. No, I'll just say like the instrumentation fits the same vibe as I mentioned with the vocals. You know, fun, dreamlike, a little hazy, sometimes a bit more sincere, and just overall good time.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
Vibrations,
Good Vibrations is not a song on
which
this
is
album.
which is not on this
It's
album.
not a song
yeah,
on this album.
I'm not picking up good vibrations on this album.
This album is not giving me excitations. Do wop wop.
Bad vibes only.
Bad vibes only. Yeah, the instrumentals are like another, like obviously the vocals are kind of the highlight. It's a pop album that's kind of, especially at the time, was like the big thing about pop music.
Mhm.
But like there's definitely like no slouch on the instrumentals. Like
Yeah.
I like how it definitely still comes out of that like that 60s psychedelic movement. But it feels a lot less abstracted than a lot of that stuff from the time, I think. Like it feels a lot less kind of
Well, the psychedelia is a lot more like subtle too.
yeah, it's a lot more subtle, but you can still definitely like feel it, even though it doesn't necessarily have some of the sonic elements that a lot of the stuff at that time had, like all of the like reverb effects and that kind of thing, or like the more drawn out instrumentals. Like it's still very tight. It's more like a haze over the whole thing rather than what the whole thing is. Um, if that
Yeah,
if
that
that
makes
makes
sense.
any sense.
Yeah.
the instrumentals are also just like really varied. There's some really, again, there's like 73 instruments on this thing or whatever. But like, what is that? What is the instrument that has a solo at the end of Sloop John B? Because I need to find out. I need more of that.
The
um
Sloop John B. Like the last 30 seconds.
I think that's Sloop John B.
No, that's just like a fade out.
What the fuck? Maybe it's not the end. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, there's just like these really, I like kind of the fact that there are so many instruments makes it so that it's a lot like more, like it feels more dreamlike, like you guys are talking about, right? Like it's got a lot less boundaries, I think. Um
Yeah.
and I think a lot of there's two instrumentals on here, right? There's Let's Go Away for a While and Pet Sounds. Excellent instrumentals. Especially the title track Pet Sounds, very good instrumental. And it lives up to being the title track. Yeah, some great pianos all throughout.
Yeah, Pet Sounds just feels like chilling on a tropical island.
Yeah, it's yacht rock. It's not yacht rock, but it,
Yep.
it could be
It's
yacht
just
rock.
it's
You
just
could
pure
listen to it
vibes.
on a yacht. Like it's not technically yacht
Yeah,
rock,
you could.
but you could listen to it on a yacht. And you should.
You should. I think what this album does really well too is that it takes that kind of yeah, like prog sensibility that was starting to happen in the 60s and bring it from rock to pop music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think kind of the thing about this album anyways though is the songs. Do we want to start talking about just individual songs?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. Where better to start than the opener, I guess. Well, wouldn't it be nice? Banger, banger.
Still
This
one of
is
their top songs to this day, if not their biggest song.
one of the top songs ever.
Yeah, for sure.
There are very few songs that like will just wash over me on a random day out of nowhere. You know,
Mm,
it's a short list, but like my entire life, this has been a song that is just like having a nice day, and now this is in my head all day,
yeah,
and it's just yeah, like the goodest vibes you could possibly manifest, I suppose.
yeah. Except, the there is that melody that like with those really cursed harmonies that do 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 do
Mm.
do 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 do, and it's just like these weird harmonies in the back that I can't emulate, I can't like replicate, but they just have this
I
real like
got you.
tense vibe. I like it. I love it,
Yeah,
but it's
I
like
get that.
it breaks up, like it adds a lot of tension to it that I really like.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, yeah, banger, banger. I like the drums on this track a whole lot. Um, just just good fun. Um,
This is a good example of like without that really like bubbly, fun song with the bittersweet undertones.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's every
Yeah,
song on here.
yeah, because the song isn't "It Is Nice," it's "Wouldn't It Be Nice."
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like this whole like hoping that like things are better, even though they're not.
Hmm.
my cat's being real
But,
loud in the
but yeah, if you
background. I
don't
don't know
like
if that.
listen to the lyrics too
I
much,
don't
it's
hear
a
it.
really good pick me up song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
vibes
Yeah.
only.
vibes only, no lyrics.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other biggest song on here. I think God only knows. That's got to be one of the big ones, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
like I think maybe the only other one off this album I had heard before.
That is that
Hey, maybe.
is one of, if not my favorite. It's like top 3 at least
It's
on
good.
here. It's real good.
It's it's
Let's do our top five, huh?
Hmm.
Are we still doing top fives?
I might as well.
okay.
Fuck, okay.
Uh,
It's gonna be tough.
yeah, this was when I previous to listening to this album, this is the track I heard just in the wild, where it kind of made me reevaluate what I thought Beach Boys were.
Because they're not surf
Yeah.
rock.
No, and this was just such a different sounding piece to "Wouldn't It Be Nice," and
Yeah.
those bittersweet tones you were talking about, like hearing that "Wouldn't It Be Nice" growing up and stuff. It was like, oh, this is just a fun song. Then I hear "God Only Knows," and I'm like, let me
Oh
go back
shit.
and re-listen to "Wouldn't
You're
It Be
just like,
Nice." And then it just like kind of having like this galaxy brain moment of like, whoa, this is a much more interesting musical project than I first perceived.
There's something going on there, yeah.
There's something here, yeah. So God Only Knows, good eye opener of a track, I suppose.
yeah. Honestly, just like the main melody of this song is like enough to make it one of the best ones on here, I think.
Right.
With
Um,
like just the chorus?
like just the verse to chorus melody.
Yeah.
It's it's real, just that kind of like constant ascension up and up and up.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits the theme too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a very like spiritual song and like yeah, it's like God only knows and like talking about dying and shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, another banger. I think so. I thought this was a big hit, but like I'm looking at the numbers on at least Genius, and apparently it's not. But I thought Caroline No was like a big song. Is it not?
I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
I had heard it before.
I've never
Huh.
heard it like outside the context of the album.
Interesting. I could have sworn it was, but it's a good song.
Maybe like
It's a
you saw
great
it in a
closer.
movie or something.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. um, but yeah, just it's a sad closer. Um, and it's very like subdued compared to a lot of the stuff before it. Um, especially like the instrumental of Pet Sounds, the title track leading into this is a lot more like almost upbeat. Like it's not necessarily like high energy, but it sounds a lot more happy. Maybe a little pensive, but like happier. Caroline No is just sad. like
Yep.
um and more kind of just like weird like teenage nostalgia, it feels like like
Hmm.
hearing the lyrics there. um
And just the fact that they would like bookend the album with the sweetest track and this like
the
really sad somber one.
yeah,
It's just like it's gut wrenching because they suck you in with that opener. You
and
get
then
this whole
immediately
emotional
with you
journey, and then you're like, yeah, shit's sad.
yeah.
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 Yeah, a kind of a similar vibe to me, I think, as Caroline knows. Don't talk, put your head on my shoulder, which is
Yep.
it's another great one, especially like that.
It's like another slow one.
Well, yeah, it's another slow one. That
Mm.
chorus, I think, is another like winner. Like just fantastic melody throughout. That like when I first heard this album, I wasn't like I don't think I had ever heard this song before, but like I remember like being able to hum along to it after the first one. Like it was that fast that it gets stuck with you, that melody. Um
Hmm.
yeah, it's just real good. Um
Like if they had swapped them, if Don't Talk was the closer, it would have at least been a little bit hopeful.
yeah.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like a things are gonna be okay kind of song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I oh, I just remembered, and that's what I want to talk about. I know there's an answer just because I remembered there was that vocal part of doobie doobie at the end that just like I don't know, it makes me smile every time. It's real
Yeah.
it's real good.
It's a bit of comedic relief, you know?
Yeah, honestly, that is one of
Yeah.
the more like hopeful and upbeat tracks. Like it's still like it's very much what you were talking about earlier about like kind of a leaving home track. It sounds like the I know now, but I
I
have
thought
to
this
find it
one's
by
kind of
myself.
like a cynical track, kind of like people talk like they know things, but nobody knows shit kind of song.
Hmm.
Mm. Yeah, well, yeah, but it's I think the chorus specifically is what I mean.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. There is still like the a little bit of that like again teenage entitlement of the now how can I come on and tell them the way they live could be better? It's like maybe don't, but
Yeah.
you know.
Just let them be.
I always thought this was like an anti-boomer track. This is like,
Yeah, he's got a boomer track and an anti-boomer track.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I always saw this one as like a like youth of the 60s, like trying to tell people like open your minds and stop
This album's
going to
a
Vietnam and
dialectical
shit.
experience,
Yeah.
a synthesis and an antithesis.
God,
Or sorry, a thesis and an antithesis. No.
antithesis.
And
Antithesis. It's
synthesis.
in the name. It's right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
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 That's also one of my favorite tracks. Don't talk. Pretty good.
Yeah. What's your
Peak Dream
favorite
Pop.
track? Or do you have any tracks that you want to shout out?
Looking at the list right now.
Oh, we haven't talked about Sloop John B. Let's talk about Sloop John B.
We brought it up a little bit.
We
I
brought it up
talked
a
about
little bit,
Sloop
but
John
like
B. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Sloop John B is one of the best ones, I think.
Yeah.
Sloop John B is
Yes,
also
very.
like the sound's a little bit different. Like it's
Yeah.
not totally out of place, but it stands out.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
stands out, but I think it stands out
Yeah.
as just kind of like it's the middle track, you know, like
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a great middle track.
yeah,
And
it's
it's got these
listed on the
like nautical themes.
like on the album cover. There's like it has like you know how old 60s albums had all the song titles on the front cover. Sloop John B is
Yeah.
separate from the rest. Like so
Sloop
is
John
Caroline
B
No.
and Caroline No
Yeah.
are in white instead of yellow,
And they're on a
and
like
they're
they're
like at
above,
the top
which
for
is
no
weird.
reason.
And it's I'm not entirely sure why. Like I don't know what the deal is there, but
I was about to guess that was like the the tracks for the
well so
beginning of the
those are
records.
the last track.
But Caroline No would be the last track. Yeah, those would be the last
Well
tracks on
yeah,
the
they're the
record.
last tracks on each side,
Right, right.
which I don't understand why they're separate. Anyways, uh Sloop John V Sloop John B very fun. Um very good sailor song. We all need a song about riding a boat and throwing up in our lives.
This one almost feels like an opening theme song for like a show or something.
Yeah. This is the new One Piece OP.
You get that little like that little note at the beginning. It's like I don't know what it's like triangle with sustain or something. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh, the
Yeah, it's
vocal
just like the
performances on
it's
this
just like the
song are
one note and like brings you in, and it's this whole like picture that he's painting with the words about like the captain
yeah.
and the constable
I
and
think
like just wanting to go home, but you're stuck on a ship.
this is the most visual of the songs, I think. Like
Yeah, easily.
it's also got I think the most
Well, it's
words in the
also
lyrics.
an actual like narrative too.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love the vocal performances on this though. Like this is the one track I think where you can definitely tell that it's different people singing throughout it. Um
Yeah.
and yeah, when they all like come together in the last like the last leg of the track, um it's it's real good. I it's a banger. Any I want to talk about probably my favorite song is Here Today. Um Mostly just cuz that chorus is so good. Or like the pre-chorus to chorus transition of the it makes your heart feel so bad, it makes your heart feel sad, it makes your days go wrong.
That's a good.
It's
Good
it
time.
just like transitions so seamlessly into that like awesome
I don't
chorus.
think I've ever heard anybody say it's their favorite one though.
It's mine.
That's a that's a hot take, Nathan.
Well, I'm full of those.
Ring the
No, I'm
bell.
not, but
Full
Ring
hot
the bell.
takes. Yes.
ding ding. Um, yeah, I like how big and like extravagant that chorus sounds.
Mhm.
Um, and I think just all of the vocal melodies all throughout are like my favorites on the record. Like that.
Word.
Yeah, it's just real good. Um, any others that you want to talk about? Because
Um,
I think I've talked about all the tracks I had stuff to say about, but
I think so.
do we do You Still Believe in Me?
we did not.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Oh
And I
yeah,
mean,
I'm looking at this. Yeah, no, you're
you
right. This
do
is
get a lot of that like immature kind of like entitled young
yeah,
adult kind of thing, but you can tell it's a character and
yeah,
like it's like when you watch like a soap opera or something, like
Yeah.
you sympathize with the characters even though they're flawed.
yeah,
And this
Yeah.
is like, yeah, I messed up and I don't know why you stick with me, but you do.
yeah,
Um,
Appreciate it.
yeah, appreciate it.
yeah. I don't know what is that instrument in this track has like the most subdued instrumental I think of all of them, right? It's probably the most like outwardly psychedelic if I had
I
to
think
guess.
I think like most subdued vocals too.
Yeah.
Like it's just the single vocal part for most of it.
Well, yeah, the chorus is one line and it's just like a drawn out slower. But I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out what that the instrument like the do 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 is.
that could be like
It's some kind of
is that
chime
not a
or
harpsichord?
no, because a harpsichord is a
Oh,
little
you're
harsher.
talking about something else. Yeah.
Maybe I'm full of shit. I don't know. I don't
I don't
think
know.
it's a harpsichord,
Possible.
but yeah, no, I really like the instrumental on that track especially. Um, yeah,
I like when he says I want to cry and then he just like it's just a cry for like half a minute.
Yeah.
The cry.
oh right, yeah,
I'm listening to the album as we talk, and it's literally on that moment as you're saying it.
There you go. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
yeah, and we'll talk like we talked already most about this concept, but that's not me is kind of the big like leaving home track, like it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one that is literally about that. Um, and it's just got another good melody and harmonies like I don't know, there's not too much originally you can say about most of these tracks cuz like they're all very like they all feel like they're part of the same album. There's not much different between a lot of them sonically.
Yeah.
Spook John
They're
B.
just all so good. like
And like the very ending of Caroline No, like the outro for the album.
yeah. I also
Yeah.
think just like it's paced perfectly. Like all of the tracks go well into each other. They all just work. like it's the kind of thing where it's like they got it so right that it's hard to even like make small comments on a lot of it because it's all
It's like so cohesive.
well
Yeah.
yeah like a lot of talking about music has to come at least in some part from like criticism and there's very little I think you can criticize here. Like
I
especially
feel
about
like
the formula. Like the thing about all these tracks is they very clearly follow a formula for every single
yeah.
one, but they made that formula and that formula is perfect.
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say
Almost scraps.
if I had one nit to pick, it would be I wish that like some of the experimentation that they hint at was more like they push the envelope a bit more on this
and
one.
that's why you like
I
surfs out more.
guess I get why it's formulaic and it does work really really well, but that is why I prefer Surf's Up because
Right.
yeah.
yeah, the tracks are a little bit different. They try some new stuff, um, a bit more unconventional song structures,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. We'll get there when we get there. Top five tracks.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds like the time.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Do it. Pick your 5.
all right. Oh
And
man,
just to
that's
be
so
clear, we're
tough.
going 5 to 1, right? Not 1 to 5.
Yeah, we
1
can
to
do 5
5.
to 1.
No. 1 to 5. 1 to 5. It's way easier that way.
1 to
Okay.
5. So like
1 to 5. You
most
say your
favorite to
favorite first.
favorite.
And
Okay,
then go
noted. Okay.
down. Probably don't talk.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be nice? Sloop John B. Was that 3?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so tough. God only knows. And
I have to cut so many good ones.
Yeah, you do.
and just pet sounds, I suppose.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, that
Nice.
sounds good.
All right.
All right. And you want to give it a score? Are we doing those still?
Yeah,
Are we doing
we
score
might
now?
as well, yeah. Yeah, we're not doing out of 10 anymore. We're doing out of 15.
Out of 15.
And out
Yeah.
of 7.
Just just for the fuck of it, yeah.
Do 10. Do out of 10.
Out of 10, 9.5.
Nice.
Okay.
Is that allowed? Half
Sure.
points?
I don't
Yes.
care. You do your own thing.
All
You
right,
can say
just
whatever
for-
you want.
Break your own rules, yeah. No formulas here.
All right.
All right.
It's your turn, Peter.
Fuck. Okay, 1, I know there's an answer.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be nice? Sloop John B. God only knows, and don't talk.
All right.
Don't talk. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm gonna be the
That's
only
5?
one with here today on my list. Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't know that was a hot take, huh?
It might not be. I've just never heard that track mentioned as like a favorite.
It is a statistically warmer take, given our group.
Yeah, I'll give it a solid 9.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here today. God only knows. This is brutal.
I know.
Yeah, there's 13 tracks. You have to cut most of them.
Kill your darlings.
Sloop John B. Then
Good
I know
movie.
there's an answer. Oh, but those are both on there. It's just a matter of which one. I'm not sure. This sucks.
It is tough.
And that's not me. That's 5. Okay.
Right.
And then yeah, like very, very strong 9. It's a very good album. If I had to go in Wyatt numbers, it would probably be like a 9.8. But I don't do decimals. Fuck decimals. All my homies hate
Well,
decimals
we can
except
have
Wyatt.
a conversation about how
Would you round it to a 10?
how your word qualification is just effectively a decimal.
God.
If you don't do decimals, it rounds to a 10, right?
No.
No?
No, I don't even think about the decimals. They're fake. They don't exist. All right. All right.
Are we doing a randomizer or are we doing a
Next week is show and tell, I think, right?
Yeah, so do we want to pick, oh, we didn't discuss this before. Do we want to do the randomizer today and have 2 weeks to listen to the album,
I
or
thought we were doing like the show and tell one and then we were doing like the Discog one.
well, so oh boy. Some
We
things
can
to
figure
go.
this out after
Okay,
the show.
yeah, we'll figure it out after the show. Are we doing the randomizer now for in 2 weeks, or are we doing it next week?
No, we should leave the randomizer. Give
Okay.
people something.
We'll leave it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Leave them
no
wanting
no
more.
randomizer right now.
Yes.
No
No,
randomizer.
no,
All
we
right.
good. Yeah.
We'll
my
have this
favorite
ironed out in
randomizer.
at least 7 episodes.
9.5.
All right. Is that a podcast?
Said it.
Is that a podcast?
I think Nathan froze.
Nathan? No, I see
Nope.
Nathan blinking.
All right, call it.
I said, that's a podcast.
That's a podcast and a video, and I guess I
I
have
think
to
I think
upload
it's like the
this.
first time he said it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to upload this.
Um,
Maybe
You
I
need to
just
put
won't.
like a background too.
maybe yeah, just don't upload it.
Yeah.
You
I-
need like a background for the whole thing.
Or the thumbnail, or both, or what?
Yeah, yeah. Put like a Pet Sounds edit, but have our faces bouncing around.
Fuck. I hate
I was
that.
gonna
All
go
right,
like
all right.
charge it halfway through, but I didn't, and I have like apparently 5 minutes of battery life on my laptop.
Well,
Okay.
we should call it now.
Okay. Good night.
See you next week.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.